Yeah, we back in the building. We back in the building. Smash that like button, y'all. Smash the like button while y'all coming in the building. Smash the like. You already know what's going on. We got to talk about this 50 Cent, Tammy, Big Meech situation still going. Yeah, let the saga continue because this is what we talking about. 50 Cent, obviously, if y'all don't know what's going on, yesterday he dropped a little text message. I'm assuming it was between him and Tammy. Tammy's basically explaining to him how she met Jack Harvey, the first DA, the DEA that was actually the one that locked up the BMF on Crew and Big Meech. We're going to get to Blue Da Vinci when he actually said it was Jack Harvey, the one that knocked us off. What a coincidence, Tammy end up getting introduced to Jack Harvey. Who introduced her to Jack Harvey? That part. Y'all guess, Big Meech. We got to react and talk about all this, man. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show started. Yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back here with another video. Smash the like button. Smash that thumbs up. That junk ain't going to hurt your feelings. Ain't going to cause you. We back in the building. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. And yeah, share the video, by the way. Do me that favor. Shout out to the Smoke Gang. Shout out to everybody that got their membership. Shout out to all my supporters, my subscribers, my day ones, my new ones. Shout out to everybody, know what I mean? So much love to everybody. Let's get this copyright out the way. Y'all know how I do. So copyright fair use, disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. And the clips and videos I play also owned by the original creators. So if people don't know what's going on, hold up. Let me make sure my audio good. Pardon me. Yo. All right, we good. We good in effect. So if y'all know what's going on, this is Tammy Combs. Let me get the banner out. Yeah, if y'all want to support the channel, also Cash App is down there. You can definitely hit the Cash App to donate to the channel, or you can hit the thank you on by the like button. You'll see that you can donate by doing that also. But this is Tammy. This is Tammy on Combs. Now, 50 dropped this right here on his platform. It's a text message between, everybody's assuming between him and Tammy. And the text message, Tammy, somebody asked Tammy in the blue part, right there on the top. Tammy, did Meech know you had provided information when he was in J-Sub on penitentiary? Now, she responded back saying, yup. While in J-Sub is when I met DEA for Terry White. Now, if nobody don't know who Terry White is, it's a legendary dude that coming out of Atlanta. He was a heavy hitter also. He got set up. He ended up getting knocked off. But hold up, there's a twist in the story when we go down to the clips a little bit. Terry White and Tammy allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged, they allegedly had a little thing going on. They had some. Now, keep that in mind. Terry White and Tammy had something going on, allegedly. She got upset. She ended up backdooring Terry White, getting them locked up. This when she comes in play. Y'all get what I'm saying? Well, in J-Sub is when I met DEA for Terry White. That's when she went to go see Big Meech. Peep this out. So, Mr. Jack Harvey, DEA for Terry White, Mr. Jack Harvey. That's when she met Jack Harvey for the Terry White case. This is when the discussion started on which he could tell or give me something to help him get out, but his name couldn't be attached. She's speaking about Big Meech because this is when she visited Big Meech. They would, according to her, she said they will kill him because who he is. This is when I first told Jack Harvey, if Meech tell me where the money is at, could they give him 15 years time cut? The feds came back and they said they will give him 10% cut. Meech said F that money, rotten first. During the J-Sub is when he told me to go to Jack Harvey and he provided me the name Jack Harvey. Y'all get what now? Y'all can read it yourself here. She said, this is when I first told Jack Harvey, if Meech tell him where the money is at, could they give him 15-year time cut? Because remember, they didn't find all the money and all that shit. Next thing you know, Meech turned around. He told us, she said during the J-Sub, is when he told me to go to Jack Harvey, and he provided me the name Jack Harvey. I'm gonna let that sit there for about 1 minute right quick so y'all can understand and read it. She's basically saying she met Jack Harvey. She got introduced to Jack Harvey when she went to go see Big Meech. The name came up. She went to Jack Harvey because Big Meech told her to go see Jack Harvey. Tammy don't know Jack Harvey. Y'all gotta understand this. While in J-Sub is when I met DEA for Terry White. She met Jack Harvey over there for the Terry White. She was ready for the Terry White case, but she ended up meeting Jack Harvey also. She was dealing with Jack a little bit. But see, the thing is, Meech got involved also because Meech knew Jack Harvey also because Jack Harvey's the one that actually knocked off the BMF crew. He was the one that closed that case on the BMF. It was Jack Harvey. So who got introduced in Kumbaya with Jack Harvey more? It was through Big Meech. That's Tammy getting introduced to Jack Harvey because she was already involved with another case knocking off Terry White. Because something happened between her and Terry White. She got upset that things happened. Next thing you know, she set up Terry White, get him knocked off. But everybody's assuming that maybe Terry White probably got knocked off because of Big Meech. We don't know. Let's continue though. Because Cuffy responded to this. Cuffy called. Shout out to the god of the podcast of Soul. Shout out to the homie over there. And I mean, he do great work on his paperwork on this Big Meech situation. But see, the thing is, now people don't want to believe. Big Meech didn't use no third party. See, this is when I start getting a little bit of amped up now because y'all people still don't want to believe that shit. How y'all don't want to believe? Who got introduced to Jack Harvey? Who knew Jack Harvey? Exactly, that's Big Meech. Tammy didn't know no goddamn Jack Harvey. What we talking about here? Jack Harvey's name came up when she went for the visit. She was already in a situation when she knocked off Terry White. That part. So who's the only nigga that Big Meech can actually probably trust as far as the DEA? It's the DEA that's gonna knock you off. The DEA that came and grabbed you. So you're gonna call the same DEA. You're gonna call the same nigga, the DEA, because that DEA always gonna keep that back in your mind. Yeah, anytime you wanna you got a few things you wanna tell me here. That's my card. You can call me anytime. Come on, what we talking about here? And Cuffy actually texts Sean G, and Sean G gonna read it for y'all. What Cuffy said. This nigga used Tammy as a third party to set up Cuffy in that cartel, nigga, man. Tammy already was involved with the DA because she was playing games with another DA when she knocked off Terry White. She met Jack Harvey through Big Meech. Jack Harvey's name came up when she went to go visit Big Meech because she was telling Big Meech her situation, what she did to Terry White from Atlanta. Now y'all get it? Because her and Big Meech was still kumbayaing. So she had to go and tell Big Meech this. Big Meech like, what? You locked up who? What? This and that. Next thing you know, he felt like, man, I need to get out of here. She's telling Big Meech, man, listen, I probably could get you a time cut. Because I know some people. Big Meech like, nah, hold up. I'm going to send you to Jack Harvey. And that's exactly what that text was about. That's when she got introduced to Jack Harvey after that. Let's continue, man. Let's continue with the Cuffy responding to the text message that 50 Cent actually dropped last night. He sent the message to Sean G. Shout out to Sean G over there with his podcast. He do a great job with this paperwork thing with Big Meech also. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that. Like one up. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel.
That's the text message between, I'm assuming it's 50 Cent and Tammy Cowens, right? Now, Cuffy texted me this morning And let me read that for you. Yo, Sean, I heard about one of your posts about Tammy Cowens and Meech being in a conspiracy with me, and both should be indicted. Just for future references, a government informant like Tammy Cowens can't be indicted for actions that she performed for the government. Now, for Meech not to be indicted means that he too was cooperating, although Meech is not a paid government informant like Tammy Cowens, also known as CS1. He would have had to proffer information in exchange for a lighter sentence. So to explain the post 50 Cent posted yesterday, the government can give legit time cuts to individuals who turn over monies. Here's where that post is most important. Number one, that process is only done through an attorney, not an informant. And the agent, now remember that name, Jack Harvey. All the niggas on the many BMF indictments know that name. Like
Jack Harvey. That's Cuffy sending a message to Sean G. Shout out to Sean G and his podcast over there. Make sure y'all go subscribe because he's on this topic heavy. He's reading paperwork. He's connected with Cuff, all that. Shout out to Sean G. Much respect on it. I mean, he ain't even got to be doing no paperwork talking, none of that. But he on it because he's trying to let people know the real too, because he's rocking with Cuff over there. People got to understand, man, this man set up Cuffy, man. Cuffy was 50-something years old. He got locked up in 2013. Meech was already locked up. Remember, he signed his rights over in 2009. 2008 and 9. He was already locked up already. Him and Tammy's already kumbayaing. He trying to find a way to get up out of there. Tammy go visit this nigga at J-Sup, whatever. Tell Big Meech about her situation that she just did with Teddy White. Big Meech, I mean, listen, y'all can go to my old videos. Y'all can even go to Sean G videos. Sean G actually explaining to y'all that Big Meech knew about the Teddy White situation that Tammy did. He could have pushed her away right then and there. What we talking about? I sit back, I'll wait. Let me pedal back a little bit and repeat that. He could have pushed Tammy away when he found out about her knocking off Teddy White, when she told Meech about her setting up Teddy White. He could have been pushed that female away. He could have like, yo, you know what? I'm not condoning that. I don't want my name involved in none of this shit. But he still couldn't buy on with the female. He's still doing all types of shit. He signed his rights off and everything with Tammy. Because Tammy is civilian. Tammy's mixing all in the... Because you got to remember, when Tammy got introduced to Cuffy, we're going to go back to the old clips with Cuffy talking. When Tammy got introduced to Cuffy, they was riding around trying to get a movie deal first. Cuffy already said that. He already explained that to y'all. He was riding around trying to get a movie deal first. Him and Tammy. The whole time, he don't even know Tammy's setting this nigga up and everything. She's a whole informant. While they trying to get movie, and Cuff got his money on that shit too, because you got to remember, he got his rights and likes also in the BMF. He's a heavy hitter in St. Louis. We ain't talking about no little nigga from St. Louis. We talk about a heavy hitter named Cuffy. If y'all don't know, we'll do y'all research on Cuffy from St. Louis. BMF Cuff. The whole time he got an informant riding around with him, he don't even know. He buying work from a cartel nigga, and the whole time Tammy's an informant. Come on, man. Come on, he used Tammy the whole time to get his time cut, bro. He used a third party. That's why in this text message right here that 50 put out. When it says that this is when we discuss starting on what he could tell or give me something to tell to help him out, but he don't want his name to be attached, because if he get his name attached, basically he could get killed for who he is. It's right there in the text message that Tammy is providing over here to Fitz, because she about to pull it all, man. I told you. Big Meech crossed this lady harsh. He backstabbed her. He did a lot of shit when he came home. He crossed 2 people in less than 30 days, man. Less than 60 days. He crossed her, then he crossed 50. Now you got a desert storm on your goddamn head, Meech. Now you got a storm just on top of you everywhere you go because you got this lady Tammy that know everything about you. And people still don't want to believe it. Nah, man, there ain't no paperwork. There ain't no paperwork. There ain't no paper. Man, listen, like I said, they could seal your name. Why you think he told her I can't have my name on nowhere attached to that? Now, if y'all see my video earlier about the 50 Cent and Casanova, when I said you put 3 people in the cell, an organized leader, crime, a mob boss like an Italian nigga, a kingpin and a gang leader, the gang leader and the kingpin gonna get smoked. That's the same shit they did with Big Meech. He wasn't an organized leader, crime, intelligent boss, whatever. They don't put that label on us. They put that nigga as a whole kingpin. That nigga was trying to get up out of there, bro. He seen what Tammy was doing. He was like, man, if you could get my name not attached to that, but I'm gonna send you to Jack Harvey. If my name can't get attached to that, I'm gonna give you some information, give you a people. He gave up Cuffy and he gave up that cartel, nigga, obviously. Come on, man. Like, this shit crazy, man. This shit crazy. Let's continue, though. Now, remember the name Jack Harvey. The only way Tammy met Jack Harvey is through Meech. Nobody else.
Them 32 pages you looking at, it's a wiretap case, bro. It's a third-party cooperation case. And when she went on a visit to Meech and he told her to run this drug play, and she went and hooked the feds up to it. But the feds that she hooked up to it ended up being the same agent that locked us all up, Special Agent Jack Harvey. So now you start connecting all the dots. Oh, that's who put Meech in jail. So it's looking like Meech put him with his personal assistant / person that he's doing all his business for him. She did the legal business for the movie shit, but she also did the dirty business for him too on the other side and got paid to do it. She wasn't in trouble. She wasn't in the feds, in jail. She's not a co-defendant or any defendant of any kind. She's just a regular working middle-aged lady. You know what I'm saying? And she did it to get that nigga out. That's what she did it for. She even said it on the stand in the paperwork. It tell you in the paperwork. She said she did it to get Meech out. She tried to say.
Thank you. How much do we got to say and act like this shit is not real? He uses civilians so he as a third party so his name won't be attached on that paperwork. So it won't say no Demetrius Felix, whatever the hell his goddamn name is. I'm mad right now, man. Pardon my, I can't even pronounce his last name right now. But he don't want his goddamn whole name on that paperwork. And that's what they did. They didn't attach his name. Because who he is, and he could get killed, just like he said in that text. Just like Tammy told, I'm assuming that was 50, they was texting, just like she told Fifth in that text message. When we started discussing that, he was like, yo, I can't have my name on that because who I am, they'll kill me. This is nasty work, y'all. When Tammy Combs come out with that all tell, this is nasty work. That BMF brand is done. All that Floyd Mayweather hanging out with Floyd and all that nigga can't save none of that. When you got a nigga like Five and he in the industry, rap industry, film industry, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard for them niggas to push anything. 50 got that speed down, man. Them niggas in the industry rocking with that nigga. He making too much money for people in that film industry also. When you make money for people, people do favors for you. That part. What are we talking about? What world we come from? Favor for a favor. Just the way Irv Gotti, man, him rest in peace. Just the way Irv Gotti did 50, blackball him, did all that. He doing the same shit for niggas he don't like. Because when you do stuff like this, when you come home, you have matching outfits and you promoting an op, and he's not and 50 can give you 10 times more than what Rick Ross could give you. And come on, man, what we talking about? Matching outfits, you smiling all, I mean, you smiling, but when you with Five, you ain't smiling. Five changed your whole life. He gave your family opportunity, made $5 million for your BMF brand. What are we talking about here, man? Come on. I'm running with the man that made my family legit. Put my son in school, made him legit, everything. All right, man, listen, I'm on that nigga's side, man. But it goes back to what, like I told you, I think he never liked the Fifth from way back in the days. What a coincidence when I played the video with Gene, go check that video out a couple of days ago when Big Gene speaks about Irv Gotti and the 50 Cent beef. Big Gene said he was at some island, whatever, And Big Meech and them was over there too. The time when 50 got hit up 9 times out there in Southside. You got to remember, man, Kingpin's always connected to other Kingpins. Supreme was out also at that time. Irv Gotti, them niggas was rocking with BMF. You see picture with BMF, Big Meech with Irv Gotti and them niggas. Irv Gotti, brother Chris Gotti, Supreme. There's pictures somewhere floating around back in the days with them niggas. Believe me. He tried to use Fifth. Fifth caught that, though. When he came on, seeing all that funny movement, he said, "Get up out of here. I already knew you ain't like me from the body language, from the actions, from the time we had conversations. I turned your son to a star. Your son look up to me more than he look up to you. Nothing wrong with that, though. You wasn't in your son's life for 20 plus years. And then everybody that's coming home and giving you praise, them niggas ain't help your son out when you was locked up. Your son tried to be a rapper. Ain't nobody get that nigga a chance. Come on, man. I'm on Fifth side. I don't care what nobody say. It's 2 years of school. He ain't had to pay for that for Lil Meech. Put Lil Meech on the acting, put him on the film, put him on the TV. Man, I'm rocking with Fifth, man. I don't care what nobody say. Loyalty's a big thing. That's all Fifth asks for. Then you can't be loyal, chat. And then all the shit I know about you and Tammy. So now you want to act up. Now I got Tammy going to expose you. She going to make some mills now off you. Nasty work. You got a lady that know everything about you, nigga. And now she about to expose everything. How she met Jack Harvey, y'all? Through Big Meech. There's no other way. When she locked up Terry White, that was another DEA. That wasn't Jack Harvey. Y'all want to know who Terry White is? Go to YouTube. Y'all going to see it. Terry White was a heavy hitter coming out of Atlanta. Shout out to the A, man. Anybody watching this from the A, they're going to comment. They're going to be like, nah, Smoke, you right, Terry White. Terry White, that nigga was a heavy hitter out here, man.
No, she's an informant. We also know that Big Meech was a part of that conspiracy. 1,000%. 1,000%. Not only did Tammy Cowens sign a sworn affidavit to that effect, Keith Cromer, on the stand, under oath, attested and confirmed that Demetrius Flannery was involved in the conspiracy.
Now, Keith Cromer was the new DEA when Jack Harvey retired. He handed Terry to Keith Cromer. Now y'all know what's going on here. Jack Harvey was the old DEA that was tracking BMF for years. That's why Blue Defense said that, like, yo, it's just a coincidence how Tammy ended up linking up with Jack Harvey, and Jack Harvey is the one that knocked us off. So the only word for her to link up with Jack, nigga, was through Big Meech. They trying to do some type of deal. Blue Da Vinci been peeped that. Because when you get caught up in a case, in a RICO case, and you end up flipping, who's the first nigga you gonna call? I sit back, I wait. We watch this shit in movies, documentaries, everything. They call the DEA that locked them up. They call the main DEA that locks them up. Because that's the only one they're gonna trust. That's the only one they're gonna have a one-on-one deal with. Yo, if I give you this, I give you this, I give you this. Make sure my name ain't in the paperwork. I can't have my name attached on that paperwork because who I am out here. If y'all put my name on that paperwork, I can't do nothing for y'all. That's how that shit works. It don't take somebody to go to goddamn school to realize and understand some type of situation like that. If you from the slums, you from the streets, you from any type of street activities, you will understand that. Especially if you a hustler. You will understand that's how it plays. Especially in the, man, listen, man. I done said this plenty in my viral videos. Go check all the man. I've been saying this, man. This man used Tammy as a third party, man, as a civilian. the text message that just dropped yesterday, that shit put the shit on the stamp. Because people always said how the hell she got introduced to Jack Harvey. Jack Harvey retired, handed the case to Cromer. And Cromer took the stand and said, yeah, Big Meech was involved in this situation. Come on, man. Let's stop playing here. Let's stop playing. Nasty work, but hey, it is what it is.
And he also implies that he was, because he says she was already giving information in the ongoing investigation. Now, he doesn't specify what ongoing investigation he's talking about, but it very much appears and seems to be he's talking about the Cuffy Suarez investigation. So that being said, that means that Tammy Cowens, I believe, was already supplying information about Cuffy and Suarez while Jack Harvey was still an active agent.
Exactly. She was still connected with Harvey, still playing with yo. She was more connected with Harvey, then she got more connected with Cromer. But Harvey, the one that introduced her to Cromer, he handed the case off to him. He retired. But she was still giving information out when he was active, and he retired from that department. Probably. Come on, man. Let's cut the shenanigans. Big Meech in a whole lot of mess here, bro. I'm telling you, that man should have just stood in the cut, stood in the back end, never spoke, never even took no goddamn pictures, and just let his son be the sunshine and let his son be the poster boy, pause and all that, and for the BMF, because he's the poster boy for that brand. Nobody else. Glamorous lights and all that should be on your son, not you, champ. You had your time back in the days. Them time is over. Especially with the little secret shit you had going on with this third party shit. I would have definitely came on quiet. What you thought people wasn't gonna find out? You crazy? Especially when you messing with a nigga like Five and you disloyal. Oh, he don't care who you is, nigga. He going, and that's exactly what 50 doing. If 50 went against one of the major hitters, man, Supreme Team and them niggas, man, you think he care about some Big Meech and all this shit? And you cross me after I made $5 million for your brand and all that, and turn your son to a star and pay for his acting school, and you do some old goofy shit like that? Nah, it don't work like that. We're gonna cancel the BMF season and all that, nigga, and we're gonna expose you. That's 50 Cent doing right now. As he should. As he should.
Now, when Keith Cromer takes over, and I think this is key, and this is all in the paperwork, I think this is key. When Keith Cromer takes over, he goes to Tammy Cowens and he tells her, we're going to utilize you in a whole different way than the way Jack Harvey utilized you. Do you still want to be down with this? She agrees, and she begins to get paid a $2,500 a month stipend.
That's why she never got arrested with the conspiracy. She was a paid informant. Big Meech never get arrested for that clip I played you when Cuffy actually texts Sean G, shout out to him, when he told him, like, yo, he was breaking it down, the reason why Big Meech and Tammy not arrested or involved in that, because they was the informants. You had one paid one, and then you had one that was getting his time cut. What are we talking about here? Who introduced her to Jack Harvey once again? It was Big Meech, nobody else. She put it out there.
Yeah, man, let the world know, man. Check this out, man. At the end of the day, man, he used a civilian. Tammy ain't got no motherfucking G code that she got to follow.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with Tammy whatsoever, man.
Right.
As long as it come out who sent her. I know that Tammy was sent. You
Right.
understand? You feel
Right.
me? By Big Meech.
Right.
I know she was put on the mission, homie.
Right. Yeah. No, listen, I talked to Five. He definitely putting something in the works, and I'm going to let him know you said your daughter and your wife is who you want to be your point of contact on the streets.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna put them with my wife, homie. Of 34 years, man. I got a family, homie.
Got you.
I got 6 motherfucking children, beautiful children, man. You feel me?
Got you. I got you. No, listen,
Yeah,
when I
man.
tell you,
Let Fitty know, man. Ain't nothing but love and respect, man.
look, I'm gonna tell him that I talked to you about what you don't mind if he put anything out on his page of what me and you talked about earlier and what we talking about right now.
Hey, homie, tell that nigga hurry up, homie. I fuck with Bill, man. I know he's a real nigga, homie.
For real.
Tell Fitty hurry up, homie.
All right, let's do it.
Yo, free Cuff, man. Free Cuffy, for real. He ain't deserve that, bro. He was only being a real friend to this nigga while he was locked up. Cuffy and get caught up in that BMF conspiracy in Atlanta and all that shit. That's what people get it confused. Cuffy and get locked up till several years later in 2013. Like he said I ain't got no problem with Tammy. She's a damn civilian. Blue Da Vinci on that clip I played you, he said the same thing. She's a civilian. But it's just funny how she got introduced to Jack Harvey and all that. It's just funny that Cuffy put the puzzle together and she was on a mission for a reason. Who sent you over here? Who sent you? He didn't meet Tammy at some restaurant. Oh, yo, what's up, Ma? Let me holler at you. Cuffy didn't meet her that way. Cuffy got introduced to Tammy through Big Meech. That's how he put that shit together. He's like, ain't nobody else introduced me to Tammy but Big Meech, man. My best, with my homie for 20-something years, 30 years that we got money and everything. Cuffy from St. Louis, man. Free that man.
Called Tammy Collins, she's privileged to what's called the affidavits in support of the wiretaps.
Okay.
It's like 3 affidavits. In those affidavits, it tells Meech's full role. Now, I wasn't allowed to have them because they played this, I'm this kingpin and I'm this killer and they life in jeopardy,
Right.
in danger.
Right.
That's why they was able to close the courtroom. We'd have been out at Meech. But they played a cold game. I give it to her. And they was playing chess and we was playing checkers.
Okay.
She used the threat of her life and that I was gonna have some hitmen in the federal courtroom to kill her. And they closed the courtroom to the media. My shit standing room only. I'm that dude in that city, homie.
Right.
I'm that dude in that city.
Right.
So that's why it ain't been came out. But the affidavits in support of the wiretap, she has them.
So okay, so she can get them for sure.
If she got them.
Okay.
She got them. The only person they barred from having the documents was me.
Okay. Okay. So you the only one that don't got the information.
Right.
Gotcha.
Everybody else, it's called discovery. Everybody else got the packet.
Okay.
That was at that time. Until he had to do what he had to do, get lawyers and get to discovery. Remember, Cuffy got that shit later on. He got some more information later on. People still don't want to believe it, man. Like I said, Big Meech came home thinking he was special. Yo, Little Marquise, let these niggas know, bro.
Somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
Hey, yo, shout out to Lil Marquise, boy. Shout out to Lil 5, man. That's the reason. You come on thinking you special. You thinking it's 20-something years ago, Chad. You can't do little foolery things, little sneaky things and think that shit not gonna come out with the type of technology that is right now. That's number one. Number two, you can't do sneaky shit and little backdoor shit and little setup shit and little using third parties, and then you end up coming home and stabbing her in the back. Pause. Meaning that you crushed her heart in that terms. You came home, crushed her heart. That's like you basically stabbing somebody in the heart, basically. You crush the female heart. And everybody knows sometimes you can't play with females' feelings, man. And we don't know what type of conversations you and Tammy had on your little late night conversations y'all had. Like I said in my last videos, you telling me these people, them two ain't had no, out of 365 days out of the damn year, they wasn't talking every other day? She was coming to visit that nigga. That's how she got introduced to Jack Harvey. She told him about the Terry White situation she just got involved in. And she felt crushed. She felt like they was gonna come get her. So she had to go talk to Big Meech about it. Because she felt safe with Big Meech. Big Meech could have did that day when she told Big Meech she was an informant being involved in a Terry White situation coming out of Atlanta. Big Meech could have easily pushed her away right then and there. Right then and there. Come on, man. Let's cut it out, bro. Let's cut it out here.
Seems like every dude that comes near Tammy when she possesses these life rights gets knocked off. Doesn't that seem like that to you? And Jack Harvey even testified that this ex-con, when the ex-con called him and told him, Jack Harvey, to be on the lookout for Tammy Cowan's coming down there, Jack Harvey, the lawyer, asked him, why do you think this ex-con did that? And Jack Harvey says on the stand that I think he was jealous of Terry White being so close to Tammy and was competing for her affection, her attention. This is what Jack Harvey said on the stand.
Big Meech was big on Tammy, man. Big Meech started catching feelings for Tammy, man. That's what happened. While he was locked up, he caught feelings for that woman. Came home, did her dirty, went behind her back, and this is the mess that we got now. Tammy is the glue to all this. That's what people don't understand. Tammy Cohen is the glue to this whole situation. And the one that got the power to make the moves and destroy this nigga character is 5. It's 50. And he got every right to do it because of the simple fact what he did for you. Rick Ross ain't do that. Nobody else in the industry ain't do that what 50 did for your son and for your family, champ. Your baby mom is chilling in the mansion for the last couple of years because of 50 Cent. Now, your son's spitting habits, that's his problem. That's something you should have educated him on, to be honest. But instead, you educate this nigga like 50 said. You educate this nigga talking about back in the days shit. Your mind's still stuck on that glamorous life that you had back in the days. Which your mind supposed to be stronger and supposed to be more built to build an empire. Your BMS shit supposed to be an empire right now. Continue doing it. The next level supposed to be a blockbuster movie in the theater. What are we talking about here, bro? And 5 is the right person to do it with the connections that he got in the film industry. And you cross that because you ain't like him. You never did, probably. But come on, you still come home and do the same. Like, I just don't understand that shit. I really don't. And then you cross the most important person that could tear your whole character down with the third party snitching allegation. That's Tammy Cohen. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Hold on right quick, guy. Let me download this real quick. You gotta be kidding me. Let's go back to some Cuffy, though. Let's go back memory lane a little bit still. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know the vibes. Like one up, free Cuff, man.
The agent testified that Demetrius Flannery was aware of the deal, and that Demetrius had one request, and that his name does not appear in any documents. This was Special Agent Keith Cromer's testimony. CS1 testimony.
I'm gonna go back to that. I gotta catch up a little bit if y'all don't understand what's going on. Jack Harvey retired. He was the one, the name was mentioned first when Meech introduced Tammy to Harvey. Harvey was the one, once again, was the one that knocked off BMF. He was the DA that ran down on BMF, had their eyes on BMF. He's the one that came and got him. When Jack left, he handed that shit to Cromer. Cromer is saying the same thing. What Cuffy just said. Cromer is saying the same thing. That's why y'all got to catch up. You got to understand. The text message that 50 just dropped, it matched what Cuffy just said. What Cromer said on the stand. That Big Meech didn't want his name or nothing attached in that document. Ain't this the text message that we see that 50 just dropped between him and Tammy? That she said their first conversation came up when she went to go visit him? Jack Harvey came up because, like I told y'all, she had to tell him about the Terry White. So he like, damn, word? All right, man, I wish I could get a time cut, you know what I mean? But I can't get my name attached to nothing, though. This the conversation right here that she's telling Fifth, that her and Meech had. That matches what Cuffy is saying. He didn't want his name attached to nothing because who he is. Nigga dealing with cartels. What are we talking about here? Niggas can knock him off, B. That's what he was telling. That's what he told Tammy to tell Harvey. And when Harvey retired, Cromer took over. And that's what Cromer explained it on the stand. Now y'all understand? Cromer's on the stand explaining the same thing what Tammy is saying in his text message. Nasty work. Nasty work.
The agent testified that Demetrius Flannery was aware of the deal and that Demetrius had one request, and that his name does not appear in any documents. This was Special Agent Keith Cromer's testimony. CS1 testified, Tammy Collins, that Demetrius Flannery was aware. She signed him to be a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. She had the courtroom clear it out. If you go on Pacer, pull my docket sheet, you'll see where CS1 requested that the courtroom be closed.
Got you. Let me ask you a question, Cuffy. At any time during the initial stages of your indictment involving this whole Tammy Collins thing, did you talk to Big Meech or did you send a message to Big Meech in any way to tell him or to alert him of what was going on?
We sent Big Meech certified mail. Big Meech set me up, and Tammy set me up with this thing in 2013. That's the last time I've heard from this nigga. We sent them correspondence through the attorneys, asking him, is he aware that his name is in court sworn documents and sending me a truckload of cocaine? He never responded. We know he got the mail because we sent everything certified. I have not heard from this nigga of 32 years since they set me up in 2013.
Need I say, I'll sit back, I'll wait. 27 years of friendship. First nigga to give him the mail, all that. Y'all know the history. When the nigga went to St. Louis, he started messing with the mills down there. Cuffy was one of the niggas that got him into that. Introduced him to some bigger heavy hitters, cartel niggas. 27 years. He said, man, I haven't spoke to that nigga since 2013, champ. And this is 2024, 2025 now that we at 2024 when he came out with this with the audio Cuffy. Now we in 25. Since 2013, he haven't spoke to that nigga. Come on, what we talking about here? The nigga sent the nigga certified mail just to let him know. Now listen, as a homie, like your homie, you know about this girl? That's what he's trying to say here. He never got a response back. He's trying to let him know, like, yo, the girl that Tammy, this Tammy girl, she could end up coming to being an informant. He never got a response back from Meech. So that makes you look guilty, right? If you don't respond back to your friend of 27 years.
So what in the fuck is all these? So right now, some of the most well-known members of BMF, like J-Bo, for example. J-Bo, he is strangely, suspiciously silent about all these facts that are coming out. I believe J-Bo is from St. Louis, isn't he?
He is.
Okay.
He is.
What's your relationship with him?
You know, I never knew J-Bo. He was cool with my little brother, Magic or Wani. He passed on the first BMS indictment. He passed in USP Atlanta from an asthma attack.
Got you.
So I never knew J-Bo. He was always one of the little homies. But that's a hell of a question, man. When he got home, I think around 2018, I personally told him what the nigga did to me.
Right.
And the exact words were, man, you sure, huh? You sure, big homie? I said, listen, man, I'm telling you the nigga bad news, homie. This is what I'm telling you, man. So the nigga parted with me with these words with that, I got to holler at the homie, man. He got to explain this shit. My words to him were, how can you explain this shit, homie? How can you explain this shit? So I never came out until 2018,
Right.
until I got black and white. See, I never knew this nigga roll.
This is nasty work, man. Nasty work. Like I said, Big Meech could have played the cut, stood at the back end, never crossed Tammy. Nigga, I would have went off in the island with I would have went off in spotlight with Tammy, nigga. We would went off in the wind, nigga. Me and her, nigga, because you know why? Because she know everything about me with all this third party. Why would you cross somebody like that? You might as well got married with that chick, did everything, nigga. Like fuck, like F it, nigga. Whatever Cuffy saying, nigga. If me and Tammy ain't coming out speaking, people ain't gonna believe Cuffy, no. That part, because you know why? Some people still don't believe it. Okay, duh. Now y'all get what I'm saying. For the people that don't believe it, for the people that don't believe it, because y'all don't see his name in no paperwork. If he would have just left off with Tammy when he came home and continued doing the BMF money movement and all this. The only two people that you can actually believe off the situation is Tammy and Big Meech for them two to speak. So with them two together and being quiet and live off with your life and go sit Peter Kalala, nigga, in the island somewhere, nigga, kumbaya, none of this shit would have never came out. That's why 50 said that was the wrong thing he did when he came home. He crossed her. That was the wrong thing he did because that lady know everything. She got your whole life, nigga. Not even your baby mom got all that shit. She got all that because she played a part of your snitching moves that you was doing, using her as a third party. So you won't get attached to the documents. And now 50 own everything. He owned the BMF shit, all that shit. So how the hell you gonna end up doing a movie and everything if 50 got the high percentage of it? What we talking about here? What we talking about here? How you gonna end up doing a movie if he got the whole percentage of it?
Well, TMZ just reported that it would be impossible for Rick Ross to make a BMF movie because 50 Cent is the sole owner of the movie and TV rights for BMF. TMZ also reported that 50 Cent is in the process of producing the Tammy Cowan's documentary, the story about a woman who was said to be directed by Big Meech to work with the authorities. Well,
50 own all that. You can't do shit. Tammy probably got a percentage of that shit. This nigga Meech probably trying to get lawyers through Floyd Mayweather and all that shit, trying to get his life rights back and everything. We don't know what's going on in the back end. That's why he's kumbaya with Rick and Floyd. He probably trying to get lawyer money to get his rights back and everything from Fifth and Tammy. It's nasty work, man. I would have came home and went off in the sunset with Tammy, nigga, because she got everything of your life. She the one that could destroy everything, make that shit. I mean, basically it is destroyed now, man. After this fourth season, nigga, this BMF shit is over, nigga. We ain't gonna hear about this shit no more. BMF was alive because of the TV series Big Meech. That shit been died down. That shit was dry as hell a couple years. Niggas forgot about BMF, champ. Niggas had to Google to put that shit in YouTube to watch old documentaries and shit just to get a little memory. The reason why I came back in the spotlight, champ, just to remind you, is because your son got an opportunity, and the man that gave him that opportunity and gave you that opportunity to make $5 million off this shit was 50 Cent. The shit was alive because it was on TV and millions of people was tuning in, champ. No, this nigga come home want to do matching outfits with Rick Ross. Hold up, Rick Ross and this. He want to cross 50. He want to smile this shit all with Rick and this. But when he get around 50, he like this. You like this, though, right? But when you with this nigga, you smiling and shit. Matching outfits, all types of shit. What we talking about here? Even with Mayweather and nigga, you over there smirking, nigga, with a little smile. Pictures don't lie. You never liked the Fifth. That part. What are we talking about here, nigga? I don't understand how. When a nigga got giving your son opportunities of millions of dollars, you got to be the most backwards person I ever met in my life, nigga. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Little Meech out here playing it off like he ain't hurt. That nigga hurt right now, nigga. He trying to look for gigs and jobs right now. He got his manager doing all that for him. But come on, man. You came home and effed everything up. You crossed the female that got your whole life and everything about you. Then you come on and you cross the nigga that turned your brand over and made that shit legit and still made it irrelevant because it was on TV. And you cross that nigga, you crazy, man. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all know what to do. Give me your opinion about this. What y'all think with this Tammy situation, man? With this text message is actually match what Cuffy is saying about his name don't want to be attached in the documents and how she met Harvey. She met Harvey through him. Harvey's the one that locked him up. So if you're going to make a deal and get a cut of everything, you're going to call the DA that locked you up. You ain't going to call nobody else. What we talking about? We see this in movies and documentaries all our goddamn life, nigga. Movies show you that shit. It don't take a scientist to know that. I'm out of here, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. You already know the vibes, man. Share this video. Do me that favor. But smash that like button. Share this video. Do me that favor. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I don't know what you're waiting on. Keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my videos. And I'm up out of here, man. Free Cuffy, man. It's your boy Smoke News TV. Salute, gang. I'm out of here.